Hey guys, and welcome back. Working on Groot today. Uh, Pretty easy model. I'm sitting here with my dry brush, getting it loaded. Just trying to get this guy brushed off real good before we throw the world's easiest paint job on him. Because sometimes you don't have to be overcomplicated to have a really good paint job. And I know a lot of you guys like wash, so we are going to use a wash today. Um, yeah, that's going to be a thing we did today. But you know, this model's going to look great. It's going to be simple. Uh, it doesn't get much easier than Groot. I hate to say. We're just going for some really hard contrast between white and black. Gray is fine, but you really want those dark and light areas to be extravagantly noticeable. Like, you want the majority of this model to look white. You want the recesses to look as dark as possible. Okay. So we got that. Spoon. Still trying to burn out this old Speed Paint 1.0. Thank you guys for helping me with this. Hardened leather. So, black primer, black base coat, about 5 drops of speed paint. The dry brush is Army Painter Matte White. Currently my favorite white. Let's throw them on a dummy handle. We'll use the fat one today. Why not? But so paint handles are a thing. I know this paint handle got a lot of hate for a while. We lovingly call it the butt plug, but I actually really like this one. That's why I use this one for my airbrushing for the most part. They are a little taller. This one's got a little bit better grab than this one does, but this one's got some really good teeth cut into it. So it holds on tight. Okay. So let's quit stalling. Get us a nice size brush. For those of you that are wondering, these are playmats. And I use playmats because they are highly absorbent, and it just so happens that I have a trash bag full of them. So why not? Okay. Load our brush down with some brown speed paint. Well, it's going to be dark. And we're just going to slap it on here. No real rhyme or reason to it. We're going to coat him all over. Leave no twig unturned, so to speak. And I mean, honestly, you can really hose this guy down. I mean, don't think about what you're doing. Just kind of zone out and just put it all over him. You know how to do that. I have faith in you. So we're just going to hose him down here. And then, after we're done soaking him down, we're going to go back over him and make sure we don't have any puddles. All right. make sure we get that cake. Groot's got it. Just keep your brush wet. And like I said, if you get too much on him, don't worry about it. I want you to do this as fast as you can. Just really slop it on there. I mean, it is called speed paint, right? Alright, let's check our work. We're going to go back. We will hold our brush at this angle, and anywhere that we have speed paint building up while the brush is turned up at this angle, we will just touch the corner of the brush to anywhere that it is over pulled. It will suck it back into the brush via gravity. Make sure you didn't miss any spots. Oh, right in there. Look at that. A little bit under the arm. Another little spot right there on the inside of the elbow. A little drip pulling up on the palm. Yeah, it really wants to sit on those palms. Okay. Oh, and it wants to sit right there too. Okay, so step one, give you some light. Oh. Well, you gotta plug it in apparently. Go figure. Not a problem. Alright. There we go. Groot's looking brown. For those of you that have an airbrush, this is the point that I suggest you use it. Just hold your Groot. Move your spoon, if you can. Anywhere the paint is shiny means it's still wet. This is just going to make it dry faster. That's all it is. Because while I know they call it speed paint, it's not exactly the fastest drying paint in the world. And if I'm being honest, this is something you want to do kind of sloppy because Groot is very organic in nature and in structure. And the number one thing about organics is if you make them perfect, they don't look right. They just don't. Their colors are too even. Yeah. You really want it to be off even, so that you get a good level of contrast between dark and light. And, maybe this little spot of brown's a little darker than that other spot of brown. I hate to say it, guys, but this could be table ready, just like that. We could take it a step further. We could take our spoon. We could get our dry brush. Grab our wet palette. Okay. Get us a little bit of white paint on the end of our dry brush. Swirl it around on our wet palette. See where that's going. Little dot of brown on there. There we go. We're just going to give him some highlights. Now, it's going to look a little muddy when it's going on. But when it dries, that's what matters. Paint is always going to dry about, I want to say about 2 shades darker than what it looks like when it's wet. Okay. Just beat them little tips. Drag across the fingers a little bit. Maybe across the feet some. Hit the cake. All right. Let's see here. We're getting some mixed matched colors here. He's looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks about as uneven as I can unintentionally make it, which means it's perfect. Spoon. Anyways. Alright, so let's see. What else have we got here? We could throw a little green on here. I don't see that hurting anything. Alright. And our spoon still has the smallest amount of brown paint in it. And we are just going to leave that brown paint in there. We actually might even add some. Let's see. 4 drops of green. Let's add a drop of brown to it. This will combine our colors, make them combinant, even if they're not. It's a nice little trick. Grab ourselves a nice pointy brush and get her wet. Mix up our paint. Now, I don't know about your Groot. This Groot's got a little bit of vining on him. Nothing crazy. Let's add a little bit of water, actually. I remember this green being very cartoony. It's one of the reasons I added brown to it. There we go. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying the video. It should be a very simple one and a very short one. Okay, load our brush. Use our spoon. Alright, right here on the leg, we got a little green vine here. We just want to drag across it like you're line edging a space marine almost. And then out of his knee here, we've got another one coming up. It forks off a little bit there. A happy little twig here. Bob Ross would be so proud. A little thorny. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah, I'd like to see Bret Michaels singing that to Groot. That'd just be hilarious. They should put that in the next movie. Well, we're just gonna lightly line edge any of these little green roots that we come across. They're cool looking. They deserve their own little line in the spotlight. We could leave them brown, totally call this table ready. Groot. He's not exactly the most colorful guy in the world until you put him in a uniform. We're just giving him a little help here. There we go. A little left, a little right. There's a little something there coming out of the cake. We'll get that. What else we got? Another little vine coming out right here. Let's reload the brush. Okay. Let's see if I can get y'all a little better light. Looking. Put something in here. You know, it's the little things that matter, you know? It's your mini. You make it look the way you want. Alright. Well, there's a good opportunity to use some green. Right across the top of the hand here. There we go. No big deal. Make sure we hit it from both directions, because why not? He's got a few things going on in the old cranium here. Let's give it some life. Alrighty, righty. I think. You know what? Let's do this part right here too, because this hand deserves some color. It's too easy to just paint Groot brown and let him rip. Now, back to our pen. Point it down, give it a little squeeze. There we go. Now, we're not just going to hose Groot down. We're going to take our time, and we're just going to put a little bit right where it should be, in the recesses. We don't want to coat his entire model. We don't want him looking all goofy and shiny like somebody's first bad attempt at a Space Marine. I mean, everybody's got that one friend that puts 500 pounds of null oil on everything they touch. Don't be that guy. Take your time. You can get a really good paint job in a few minutes, especially on something like Groot. He's so simple. There's no point in pushing him too hard, because when you push, he's going to push back. And Groot's a big guy. He ain't worried about you pushing back. Just saying. A little divot there. Like I said, we're going to use null oil. We're just going to put it right where we want it. We're not going to put it anywhere else. We don't want to coat the entire model in this Necron grease. We just want to put it where we want it. And we don't want to put it anywhere else. So like I said, you're just filling in the recesses. Super slick, super simple. Little spot right there. That green actually helps this model so much. If it wasn't for that green, this model would be so boring. There would just be no interest in it. It's just brown. And I mean, the brown that we put on here, it doesn't look bad by itself. It really, really doesn't. Okay. A little right there. A little right here. A little under the chin there. I think we've pretty much got Groot down pat. All right. Let's see here. So there is our Groot. He's got a little bit of green in him. He's got a little recess shading. He's not soaked in null oil, so the light spots look light, the dark spots look dark. You know, the brown's not perfect. It has a good look. I'm digging him. He deserves a good base. And this was just something fun to do, to kill some time and give y'all something to watch. And I really hope y'all are enjoying the content. If you are, hit the like button. If you're not, hit the dislike button. Let me know you don't like it. That way I know that I'm doing something wrong and I can give you something better. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope that it helped you in some way, shape, or form. Y'all have a wonderful day.